Hey there guys, Devlon of TBI here coming at you with a deck profile on one of my newest decks from Mutation. Sorry that we haven't been uploading videos for a while. It's just we all been busy. Everybody had their own things to do and stuff. But I'm gonna come at you with a quick deck profile here, or hopefully it'll be quick. I might take one by accident, but let's see what happens. But yeah, this is my newest deck from Mutation. Technically, it's me remaking a deck because I did sell this deck a long time ago to help somebody out, but I remade it because this Evil Mutation gave it reprints and stuff. So let's get straight into it. So the world is Darkness Dragon World, and if you don't know about the flag, then there's the buddy. So my buddy is the Foundation of Purgatory Knights, Lord Demios. He's a size 2, 624. Call cost is pay 1 gauge and put a Purgatory Knight monster from my, Purgatory Knight card from my drop zone to his soul. He has move and soul grind actually, which is amazing, and he has the counteract ability of pop a Purgatory Knight monster on my board if I do stand him up. So he's really good. And yeah, flag and buddy. Starting things off with the size 0 lineup, we got 3 copies of Purgatory Knight's Needleclaw Dragon. He is amazing. He's a 3/1/1 with the ability during my attack phase. When he's destroyed in any way, shape, or form, I get and put into a drop zone, he returns to my hand. So he's really good. He helps become free Demios fodder. Basically, Demios can keep killing him every turn because every turn he's gonna keep coming back to my hand. So he's really good, and he does that extra 1 crit damage for just to get it in. So really nice, helps a lot. 3 copies. Starting at the size 1 lineup, we got 2 copies of Purgatory Knight's Pain Dagger Dragon. He's a 4/2/1. When he's destroyed by the effect of a monster, I gain a gauge. Reason why I play him is to have a little bit more gauge excel. But the deck does have a decent amount of gauge excel, but I want to have a little bit more to have that gauge availability. So I can be able to play some cards that I do play in the deck, which cost 2 gauge. So yeah, 2 copies of him. Next, we play 2 copies of Purgatory Knight's Evil Greed Dragon. He's a 3/1/3. During the attack phase, when he's destroyed by the effect of a monster, I draw a card. He's really good. He's nice to have that extra draw power, because having that extra draw power can help you draw into more things. So yeah, 2 copies of Evil Greed. Next up, we got 3 copies of Purgatory Knight's Grudge Arrow Dragon. He's a 3/2/1. With the ability, when he's destroyed by a card effect, I can search my deck for up to 1 item and add it to my hand. Then if I don't have an item equipped already, I get to equip an item from my hand by paying its equip cost. So he's really nice. He searches for any of the items I need for a certain situation, and I get to equip them if I don't have anything equipped, or I get to have them for the next turn, because this will be during the attack phase. I get to have them for next turn, so I can use him for a better situation. So he's really good and really nice. So I played 3 copies of him. Next up, we got 3 copies of Purgatory Knight's Necropalm Dragon. He's a 4/1/2 with the ability Curse Command. When he's destroyed, I may call a size 1 or less Purgatory Knight monster from my drop zone other than himself by paying its call cost. So he's probably like the best size 1 in Purgatory Knights. He's really amazing. He helps get back any of my Purgatory Knight monsters for options. Like if I need an item, Grudge Arrow, I can get more gauge, I can get Pain Dagger, I can get Evil Grip and get more draws, or I can get Needleclaw if I don't have one available for me. So he's really nice. So I play 3 copies of him. Next up, I play 4 copies of Purgatory Knight's Demios Sword early. I play 4 to always usually see him a lot, because he really helps with the what he does best. He helps extend the attack phase, or if it's my opponent's turn on defensive plays, he can actually be useful, which is actually funny, but there is a way for him to be useful. So yeah, it's a 5/2/1. I can only call him if I have a Purgatory Knight card on my board already, and he has the counteract ability of Young Purgatory Knight. I can pay gauge to call him from my hand like that. So really nice. I want to be able to see this guy a lot. So yeah. Next up, starting up the size 2 lineup, I got 4 copies of Purgatory Knight's Leader of Condolence, Gaius Demios. He's a 6/2/1. Free to call, and he has the counteract ability of destroy a Purgatory Knight monster on my board. If I do, I choose and use one of the following 3 abilities. I could rather withstand him, which is the common Demios ability, or if it's during my attack phase, I can draw a card, or if I can reduce the next damage I take by 3, which is amazing. So on defensive turns, when my opponent swings at him, I can kill himself and basically reduce the next damage I would take by 3, which is nice. So really amazing card. Probably one of the best Purgatory monsters in the deck, hands down, no questions asked. 4 Demios, or Geist Demios, my bad. So next up, I play 4 copies of the Foundation of Purgatory Knights Lord Demios. Of course, I do play 4 because he's my buddy. I already explained earlier in the beginning of the video that what he did and everything. Really nice. Can use him to chump block things, or I can use his soul to make him attack again. So yeah, for the buddy. Getting into the size 3 lineup, we got 2 copies of Purgatory Knights Death Sickle Cavalry. He's a 924, size 3, call cost, pay 2 gauge in 1 life. He has natural double attack and 2 abilities. The first being he becomes a size 1 if I have a originally size 2 Purgatory Knight monster on my board, and when he's destroyed by any shape or any ways, I can put up to 1 size 2 or less Purgatory Knight monster for my drop into my hand. Really amazing card, really nice. Play 2, really good card. Next up, we got 1 copy of Dark Izarion. Dark Izarion is an 825, so he's really good. His call cost is 2 gauge, but you're mostly gonna ride him with this deck, which is 2 gauge. I put the top card of the deck into a soul. He has Soul Guard and the counteract ability of I can remove a soul from anywhere on the board to withstand him. So I can use my opponent's soul as cost to withstand him, which is really amazing. The reason why I only got 1 copy though is because I only own 1 copy, so I don't have another one to like use. But for now, I'm going to be testing the 1, and if I do get more, I could bump him up later on. So actually, I will bump him up later on to another, probably like 2 or 3. I'm leaning towards 2 though, but yeah. Dark Izarion. Next, I play 2 Invitation to Deathground. Really amazing card. My opponent can't call anything from any monster from the drop, and I can pay 2 gauge to rest the item or spell on the board. Really good against those triple attackers and double attackers, or those decks that like to revive their things from the drop to do their shenanigans. So yeah, 2 copies of Invitation to Deathground. Next up, I play 2 copies of Banquet for the Unrighteous. Reason why I play this is because I don't have Darryl Burks. Darryl Burke is the Chaos DDW Black Knight, which is amazing. But this is the budget version, so yeah. I can look at top 3 cards of the deck and put a monster from among them into my hand and put the rest into the drop. Or because this card has two choice abilities, or the second ability, I could put a card from my drop it face down to the soul of a monster, so I could just use this to put into Soul Lord Demios to give him like an extra attack, or basically give him an extra attack, or give him extra soul to chump block more attacks. So yeah, 2 copies of Banquet for the Unrighteous. Next, 4 copies of Purgatory Sorcery Blood of Formation. I can only cast this card if I have a Purgatory Knight card on my board. I can draw a card, and for this turn, all my Purgatory Knight cards cannot be destroyed nor returned by my opponent's card effects. So this card's really amazing. So I play 4 to help go all in without worrying about them killing any of my monsters. So yeah, 4 copies. Next, I got 4 copies of Purgatory Knights Forever. We should all know what this card does by now. And if you don't know, you must be really new to the game. But this card, let's just say I revive 2 Purgatory Knight monsters from my drop zone and add them back to my hand. That's all I have to tell. That's all I can tell you for now. So yeah, 4 Purgatory Knights Forever. Next, I play 4 copies of We Traverse the Blood-Soaked Demonic Path. This is Purgatory Knight's nullifier, their own personal one, that is. I can only cast if I have no monster in the center. I can nullify an attack. And then this is the part that confuses everybody. Well, some people I know. I have to have a Purgatory Knight monster in my drop zone to get the gauge, not on my board. So it's even better than what you think. It has to be in the drop zone. So yeah. So really good. Basically a blue shield for Purgatory Knights. Next, I play 4 copies of Black Dragon Shield because staple. Really need that. Really need to reduce that damage. Don't want to keep getting hit by everything. So yeah. 4 of a stable card. Starting off the item lineup, I'm playing one copy of Deathwave for Disturbing. It's a 3-1 with the act ability of I can discard a card from my hand and rest this card. If I do, I can put my opponent's monsters on the separate areas on his or her field, but I can't put two monsters in the same area. So basically, I can move around my opponent's monsters with this card. It's pretty good against prisms because it's not having a size 3s. Size 3 on the left arrays. We're gonna be pretty annoying. Gets them annoyed. So yeah, one copy of Sturman. Next and last of the items, I play 3 copies of Demon Sword of the Purgatory Knight's Leader Demio Sword. 3-2, call causes 1 gauge. During my turn, when a Purgatory Knight monster on my board is popped, I get to draw a card and give a Purgatory Knight card on my board plus 3k. So really good card. Last but not least, we got the Impact Demios. Basically, pay 2 gauge, bounce back an originally sized 2 or greater Purgatory Knight monster on my board. And he has 2 abilities. When I attack and destroy a monster, I can restand him or counteract during my turn. I can pop another Purgatory Knight monster to restand him. So pretty good 8-2-4 for stats, so he can hit walls. So yeah, that's the Purgatory Knight deck for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe for more Buddyfight content. This is Devlon and TBI going out. Later, guys.